Hey guys, welcome back. This is my Tuesday video. I am going to be working on a Christmas gift for my little sister. So recently my little sister has been very into the wonderful world of Let's Go EEVEE, and she has just been so ridiculously obsessed with her little Pokemon, and so I figured that I should try and do it justice and do her justice and create a cute little Christmas-themed, sweater-wearing, EEVEE-holding Pokemon trainer girl. So this is kind of going to be a two-part thing. I'm going to do this illustration, and then I'm actually also going to be wood burning a frame next week that goes along with this. So I'm working on a very small piece of paper. This is a 4x6 inch piece of paper, and that is because I have a specific size frame, obviously, that this will be going into. So I'm going to start sketching. What I've got in my head is a really cute, kind of chibified girl looking real happy because she's got her cute little fuzzy warm EEVEE cuddled up to her face. I want one eye open, and one eye closed. The bigger bubble is going to be the girl and the smaller bubble is going to be the EEVEE. If you look real close, you can actually see the girl's eye already. Anyway, the goal is to have the EEVEE keep her nice and warm, along with a very cheesy Pokemon ball sweater that I'm going to put her in. The funniest thing about chibis to me is how gigantic their mouths get. Like the eyes, those are cute, their funky little squishy faces are cute, but their smiles and their mouths just take up literally 3/4 of your picture. At least in my style. Moving on to EEVEE's face now. Honestly, I don't really like to create artwork in the same style that it was originally done. Of course, I want to capture the original essence of the character or creature, but I figure if you want to see an exact replica of the character or creature, then you'll just go look it up. Which is why, even though I'm drawing Pokemon, and that is an established style, I try and balance my style with the original Pokemon style. So you can still tell this is an EEVEE by the end, but of course, it's also not drawn by Sugimori. And yes, for the life of me, I could not decide whether I wanted EEVEE's mouth open or closed, and then I settled on it being closed. So EEVEE is super cute and all, and I love that EEVEE is cuddling up to her face, but I just thought, wouldn't it be even cuter if the trainer was actually interacting with the EEVEE? So I've kind of got her holding his face gingerly, maybe squishing it into her own face, who knows? I mean, come on, we've all done that. Anyone with pets has definitely squeezed their little pet's face into their own face. And then I also decided that she should be holding EEVEE's paw, kind of being like, say hi to the lovely people, EEVEE. Now remember, this is a Christmas gift, and it is Christmas themed. And I know so far you haven't seen a whole lot of Christmas themed elements in it, but here's your wreath, which is like 75% of the drawing. I have some lovely decorative flowers on the wreath as well, and I decided that she would look awfully cute with a scarf. So you can now see a lot of Christmassy elements coming out. You've got her sweater with these fluffy little cuffs. We've got this Christmas wreath behind her. We've got her adorable scarf. And now it's Christmas for me, because it's time to do some ink. So one of the things that I noticed also about really chibi characters is that their eyes have this weird gumdrop look to them, where they're slightly wider at the bottom than they are at the top. For much of my art in the past, I've done a lot of ovular eyes with just a lot of glints of light and gigantic pupils, but now I don't know, I'm kind of feeling these gumdrop eyes. Honestly, I think the most frustrating part about this, because this was a really fun project, but I think the most frustrating part about this was me trying to sneakily request that my little sister send me some pictures of her EEVEE, because I know that she put accessories on them and stuff, and maybe a picture of her character so that I could get this a lot more close to who she's actually playing. But she never sent them to me, so I'm just kind of going off of how I know my little sister looks, and then a general EEVEE. Did anyone else learn to draw flowers this way? This is just how I've drawn flowers since I was like a little kid. I don't actually even know what they are. Are these poinsettias? Yeah! Yeah, these are poinsettias. Um, you can tell I know nothing about flowers. But yeah, they're stylized poinsettias. Ooh, the more that I look these up, the more I realize my sister shouldn't let her EEVEE out of her sight. Apparently poinsettias aren't very good for animals. I guess they're mildly toxic and they just get a really bad rap, but still probably, you know, don't want to have your best furry friend in the world having stomach aches on Christmas. Hope y'all enjoyed my 8 episodes of art, because apparently now I'm a gardening channel. I'm just kidding. I didn't even know that poinsettias were a traditionally Christmas plant. So anyway, now I am working on coloring in my background with my beautiful copic marker. And actually the paper that I'm coloring against, to make sure that I don't get black copic ink all over my blue mat, is kind of a sneak peek of what you'll see next week, because I mocked up a very rough sketch of both this picture and also how I want it to look in the frame and what kind of elements I want burned onto the frame. Now I'm sure you're all wondering, what the heck are those black dots? Well, that is called lazy pointillism, and that is what I use when I'm trying to blend a pitch black background into a much lighter foreground. A foreground that you will see shortly, because I get to do coloring now! Okay, I'm still getting used to my Arteza brush pens, and you can really tell because I seriously mess up on EEVEE's coloring, which makes me really sad because the line art came out beautifully, but the colors for EEVEE, you know what? I'm just gonna let you see for yourselves because, yeah, I'm sad. The good news is I can take this opportunity to brag a little bit about how incredibly vibrant these colors are. I know I was bragging about how beautiful and vibrant they were when I was working on Esmeralda, but man, this red for the scarf and the blue for the eyes, it's just, so beautiful. Such nice pigmented colors. Also, as you can see, they do provide me with a really nice kind of warm peachy color for lighter skin, which is why I was having so much trouble when I was drawing Esmeralda and she had darker skin, was because I don't have anything that's quite that similar. But the colors on the girl turned out really well, I think. Shortly, I'm going to start work on the poinsettias, and then I'm going to start texturing EEVEE's fur. At this point, when I'm texturing his fur, he still looks so cute, he looks really good, even the darkness inside of his ears is fine, but then I started trying to do his ears, and then I moved on to his face, and ugh, I am so disappointed. So disappointed in the colors of EEVEE. Wait, stop. We must take a breather here and admire how this looks right now, even though it's not even halfway done, because I'm about to screw it all up. See, all this is fine. The outer side of the ears, okay, fine. The tips of his hair, fine. But then I started doing this, and I should not have done this. So note to self, in the future, whenever I am trying to texture any kind of fur or hair, I really need to start with a much lighter color, because I obviously still don't understand these things quite well enough to just jump in as I thought I did. I did wind up pausing it at this point to try and see if I could blend out some of that really, really dark brown that I put on EEVEE. It didn't work, unfortunately, so that's too bad. But good news is now you get to see this adorably tacky Pokeball sweater that I am creating. I'm also going to start working on the wreath now. I'm not sure if you can tell, hopefully you can, now that I'm mentioning it, but yes, that is actually a Pokeball wreath behind her. And instead of actually coloring the top part red, like Pokeballs are, I went with green because, I mean, Christmas, hello. And then the bottom part was more of a fall color because I didn't want to leave it just blank white, especially because of how white her sweater is. Now, all that I had left to do after this was add a little bit of shading, add some nice flecks of snow with my gel pen, and add some highlights to hair and eyes and such, and then I would be done. But unfortunately my camera actually died in the middle of filming those final steps, so I am going to let this play out, and then I will show you the final version of this. Next week, I will be posting a video on the 25th, Christmas Day, because it is a Tuesday, but I want you to know that I am going to take off that following week, New Year's, to spend with family and friends and such, and just truly relax and get my head out of the game for a little bit. So I will be returning on January 8th with regularly scheduled content updates, and I will probably actually have something kind of interesting in mind either for that week or the following, because I want to customize a case for one of my game consoles that I'm going to be getting. Next week, like I said, is going to be the pyrography frame for this image, and I will show you the completed version next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, I really appreciate it, and if you don't mind, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you like my content, press that alarm bell so that you get notifications, and check me out on some of my social media, which is listed below. Thanks again. Till next time, guys.